So, I do apologize if I sound a little tired. I did work today. These are my last few days seasonally at where I'm working at right now for the season, peak season, holidays and all that. Potentially maybe till at least February when if I don't find something else in between that time frame, which pray that I do, I might end up going back there. But I wanted to talk about this because basically there was a report that came out from Greg Oliver, I believe. Greg Oliver from, I guess, I'm trying to see which side it was again. I can't really say. I think it was Wrestling Soup or something like that, or Sports. If it was Sportskeeda, that kind of, here and there. But I think it was through a source, if you will, through a source that basically said that, basically what it was is that Google, they will put up these little headlines and everything of stuff you're interested in. And basically one of the things they put up there was a website. Some people on a website had pretty much found out. I think it was Wrestling Headlines. That's what it was. I think it was WrestlingHeadlines.com, WrestlingHeadlines.com. Had found out specifically what the topics will be for season 6, because season 6 is coming on not May, but March 29th, I think. I think it's March 29th, I believe, or 28th, one of the two. It's one of them. I can't really say, but it is one of them. I think it's March 28th, I believe. It's going to be on Vice. It's going to be on Vice, but anyway, basically I looked this up, and it's not exactly, it's not exactly spot on. This is just based on, information that they got basically from another wrestling site. This wrestling site, I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Wrestle Talk. I can't really think of it right now. But again, the article basically, is done by, like I said, by Greg Oliver on the 12th, 4 days ago. And they basically talk about basing their information on some clues and everything, basing their information on some clues that they have. Essentially they kind of have an idea. They kind of have an idea of what the next, season of topics will be for Dark Side of the Ring season 6. And some of these do feel like they could happen. Well, one or two may feel like, yeah, that's a big iffy if it does. And these are the topics that, just based on like gathering information and everything, that they've kind of figured out might be, potentially, part of season 6. Again, these topics are not to be taken seriously. This is just more like a speculation based on, piecing together the puzzle, taking little nuggets here and there, little clues here and there, hints, if you will, and trying to piece it all together. Kind of doing like one of those crime diagram like walls where you're pinpointing everything to try to come up with a logical answer, or like who could be the logical suspect or the person behind something. So that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like, that you have that little like clue information collage or map or whatever that gets put together to try to figure out, what's really going on, who's behind it, and all that. So again, take this with a grain of salt, but this is just based on, them piecing some clues together. But this is the topics that, they feel will be touched upon, or could be touched upon. Superstar Billy Graham, which, is a possibility, but he passed away in 2023, so I don't know if they might be able to do that one or not. But Superstar Billy Graham, test Andrew Martin, who passed away in 2009, I think 2009, of an overdose. Test Andrew Martin. Eddie Gilbert, I think Eddie Gilbert might be one that they do. So we could look into that, as a strong possibility. Daphne, who took her own life back in 2021, unfortunately. Yeah, I could see them probably doing one on her. So Eddie Gilbert and Daphne, I think, could be locked in. Billy Jack Haynes, who's currently incarcerated in Oregon for the alleged murder of his wife in February of this year. He's basically been known for his run in Portland in the Pacific Northwest Wrestling Promotion, PNW, but also known for his time in WWF, as well as his time as the the Black Hood or whatever it was in WCW. But yeah, Billy Jack Haynes, it's a possibility, but with the recent arrest and basically he's being kept in prison right now, incarcerated. So with the recent arrest and incarceration, if you will, again, he's a possibility, but with those two things, I would I don't really know if that's going to be possible, but we'll see. Vader, Big Van Vader, Super Vader, as was known in Japan with the UWFI. Vader, I could see, but again, not really sure, what you could find on him. I mean, there are some things, obviously, from what people have said, but could he be, something that Dark Side of the Ring would want to look into? We would have to see, but that's another topic that they feel, DOTCR might, or what is it? No, not D. Sorry, DSTOR. That's short for Dark Side of the Ring. DSTOR or DSOTR. Whatever. But yeah, Vader, could he possibly be one they could do? We could see. We could see. But that would be up to them. Then the other one would be Tony Helm, Tony Helm, otherwise known as Ludwig Borga. That's one they could talk about, and I could see that possibly happening. Tony Helm, being Ludwig Borga. I could see that. But then the other one they think they could talk about, but would have a strong, not potentially possible, but, they could try to get around it. Hell in a Cell. Yeah. That's the other topic they feel they could talk about, going into the next season. But we'd have to see. And again, all these topics that they're talking about, that Greg Oliver pieced together in this article of his, is all based merely on speculation, and it's also based on little clues here and there that they piece together as to what they could feel will be the possible topics for season 6. And I think they also are taking information they're getting here and there from some of the people working behind the scenes on the show to kind of get an idea of, all right, obviously we could be seeing this, but we'll see. Now, again, these are just potential topics. We do know that there is a Mick Foley episode coming. Jim Ross kind of spilled the beans on that, so we do know Mick Foley's getting an episode. But outside of that, we don't know who else, besides Mick Foley's going to get an episode. And I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to kind of guess who would join Mick Foley. And again, all these are good topics to go alongside Mick. But again, Hell in the Cell, I don't know if you could do that because you got to probably get, you got to get a discussion going with WWE to get some footage. But we'd have to see. The ones I think likely that could join Mick Foley's, I could see Test, Andrew Martin. I could see Eddie Gilbert, most definitely. Daphne, yes. Those three I could see. And Ludwig Borga. Vader, Billy Jack Haynes, Helena Cell, and Billy Graham. Those are kind of iffy. To be part of the season, to join alongside Mick Foley's episode. But like I said, the ones I definitely could see them doing: Test, Eddie Gilbert, Daphne, and Ludwig Borga, Tony Helm. So those are the ones I could see. Now again, reminder, these are just mere speculations based on evidence gathered together here and there and certain discussion points here and there they've had with people working on the show that they feel are leading them to believe these could be potential dark side of the ring topics. But do you guys agree with any of this? Let me know in the discussions, in the comments, I should say. Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel. Also, click on the link in the description to check out my content elsewhere, as well as check me out at divanart.com, BVW1979, and click on the link to my Teespring store to get merchandise you can't get anywhere else, especially in time for the holidays. Get yourself or someone you love something nice for Christmas. But guys, let me know if you agree with any of this, and until next time, I will talk to you later. But yeah, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, on this whole, possibility of topics. Do you think any of these could become a reality?